ready.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the next round of AWC. We're on round 9 at the Indianapolis Speedway. This is going to be a really, really cool race. It's a short track race. A lot of cars have picked the things that they need to do a 35-second lap. So this is your host, Primo. This is going to be close as we just quickly roll into this first lap here. It is a very quick 35-second lap. So they're going to go right now as they cross the finish line. Go, 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 go. Look at this. This is already getting hairy-carry right here off the bat. I don't even know what these explosions are. We had this happen earlier. There's Montana. Where are the explosions coming from? That's just crazy. So right now the point standings are as follows. Shaney has 49 points with Team Chris at 41, Rhymes 35, Death 28, Andrew Shady 25, Montana 19, Sneaky 13. So you see a lot of guys back today. This is a big field. And it's going to be a big field for a while now because a lot of the people that did their jobs and everything came back. Plus they have this virus thing has quarantined a lot of people. So they are at home now playing, ready to play video games. So we have a nice field for AWC, and it looks like this is the way it's going to do it. Really crazy thing that happened right here. ShaneyBoy, who was killing it in the race earlier, doing very good, right up against the edge on par, right at the end, breaks par during qualifying. So that puts him in the way back with what I consider the fastest car. So how's he going to handle that? I don't know. He may just decide to send it and put it up front here. If not, no telling how that's going to work. As long as the room doesn't explode, we're good. So we're back with Montana right now. This is a good show of the distance that's going to start happening here. I don't really know how this is going to work long term. Like, these cars were paced out the way they were in qualifying, but once they get in the heat, things can get a little bit crazy. So here's Shady move. We're going right back to Shaney. Let's see what he does here. I really think he's just going to send it. But the thing is with these cars, they're so close together that it's going to be hard not to, like, once these cars were dialed in, they knew where they were. And Shaney's already saying he's going to get hurt in points, and it's pretty much true. So there's a 35-102 from Funky. He's actually going a lot slower than he was before. But it looks like, so 35-3 from Montana, 35.129 from Shaney. Shaney's really close. I think he had the best lap before we entered this lap. So let's go back to Team Chris. I should jump right up to Montana real quick. So Montana today took a really cool strategy. He went with a half-a-second buffer zone that he knew could keep him on par the whole race. This is one of those races where we're like, really, you should not break par. But there's Death. He's overtaken Death. Death wants to get back in the game. Death this season, again, was in one of the seasons where he really could take the A game away, but ended up having some issues earlier. And now he's back to scrambling for points again. He ended up missing some events too, so that kind of played into hurting him. But that's the thing is it's a big game changer here about how this whole thing is set up. So it's really going to be how they set up their cars and how they selected things and how they're consistent over certain laps. the braking part in this race is going to hurt. So they're going to want to keep things right, keep things at the right speed. Let's see what we got here. 35.101. These guys, Chewy and Rhymes back here doing well. He's got a 35 now, but the 36 on Chewy, that's going to hurt him too. So my original estimate was between first and second. We were going to be talking about thousandths of a second. We were going to actually see a change in that, which is weird because a lot of people went with the Masako race car earlier, but they didn't stick with the Masako race car. So it's kind of weird that happened. But we can see here, lead car, Masako race car. And Shaney's going to have to make as much time up as he can, first to second. There's Andrew up there looking for his, he's going to end up being, if anything, Funky or Expert would end up being the spoiler for this race. But Andrew definitely is wanting to move back up in points here and get himself up in maximum point range here. He was one off from being pole again for the trifecta of the week. So we asked what would happen, and there it was. I think that he can once again do best lap here. We'll see how that works. So now as things go along, we've got 26 laps to go, and things are going to start spreading out. So people have asked me to actually put ketchup on for this race, and I decided not to. I think that would be very interesting to see this race with the whole setup that it should be with slipstream and things of that nature in play, and still having to stay on par. That would have really changed the dynamic of the race, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it directly the way it is and see how we have differences in the standings. 35.052 from Funkier. You get my runs were 35.022, so you can get that pretty darn close. And it looks like Funkier is saying right now he wants to get that position. So Andrew, right now, the way he's saying, Funkier only has 9 points. He missed a lot of races this season, and that would caused him to be hurting in the points. So that's the thing is he's down on where he is right now. But the real guy here, that's the guy changing things up right now, is Andrew Shady. We're at him right now with that point score that he has right now is 25. Now that may seem low, but if he continues to run the way he's running, that can pull him up a lot. And here's Team Chris really catching up. So let's look at where her time is. She's running 35.323, and he's running a 240. That may be the best lap, and that may change over time. We may have a point here where Team Chris overtakes him. She does. She's strong in the points right now with 41. ShaneyBoy with the 49, and that'll give her a big boost. She's currently officially a two-time champion. I think she's at least won 3 championships with us. And Shaney, like I said, was looking to really take this season by storm, and now the last 4 races he's just been hurting to try to move himself back up. So we'll see how that works out on the long run. So that's the thing is that Shaney had the right car. He was the first guy to pick the Rhymes with the 34.5. He's going to be our next guy that's like can't seem to get his part times down right. But Shaney has moved up from his last position, or next to last position, all the way up to the 4th position behind Team Chris. So he's scrubbed off a lot, but now he's kind of stuck because the guy in top right here with the 35.052, how you going to do with him? Especially he's trying to be safe with the 35.129. So he is faster than these guys. So he's going to be making up some distance, but how that's going to happen is going to be the real question. So let's move back to Shaney right now, because he is making some distance with a 0.2. So he's back here with Montana. So really, that's the big deal for him, is being able to overtake Montana, which he's definitely faster than Montana with this car. So if he takes that position away, that'll leave Team Chris. If he could take Team Chris, that'll kind of keep his dominance when it comes to the point standings. And they are actually on each other's radios right now trying to negotiate some sort of position in this race. And here he comes inside line. But now he's dropped back. This is the thing is I think right here he's going to try to make that move. But yeah, guys, we do these races every week. We do them on Wednesday. They're televised on Sunday. If you want to be involved in them, let us know. You have to qualify to be a part of this stuff. There's very top-end races, as you can see. You won't see any crashes today. These guys are going to drive a clean race and a fun race, and it's going to be awesome to see how it works. We use a part-time system that kind of limits people's top speed. So the kind of racers that are going to be up here. Oh, what's this up front? So there's a battle up here in front that I am missing. Right? No? Okay, no. It's right here. Maybe I just didn't see it. But yeah, so we have these races. They televised on Sunday, or put on YouTube Sundays at noon. Oh. There's that. So he passed him. Now he's back in that. Let's see what he's got for time here. Shaney with the 35.129, still a lap. You can see the range that we have to overcome up here. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. Weekly, we will be putting up at least one race. We're trying to do something with open wheel right now. The testing is not going well because with open wheel, there really is a variation between first and whatever. It's going to end up being the same guy that wins over and over again. It's not what I want to have happen. You know what I mean? I want it to be a race where people are really competitive the whole entire time. And that may take some time for people to get used to that style of racing. Even with me, I considered myself fast, and I did the last race, and Shaney and Team Chris just cremated me. So it was one of those things of you want the times to be really tight. Like this right here is tight racing, but it's so tight that they can't make mistakes, and even with no mistakes, those little bit of time frame differences have allowed people to move in positions here. I'm amazed at Funkier. So it looks like something happened on the track. Said something was building up under the track, like water or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure out what it is. They're going to send me an image afterward. So here is our points leader, ShaneyBoy, tracking down Team Chris, trying to move himself into a position where he can move up in points. That would put him so close to only leaving a 1 point difference that Andrew Shady would be able to gain on Shaney, and it would invert the idea. So we got 4 laps to go, and Shaney is right up on Team Chris. He's going to make this move on the inside. And there we go. Solid pass. But Team Chris doesn't want to let it go, but I don't think she has a choice. ShaneyBoy's making some really good laps this turn. There's a lot of distance between him and Andrew Shady. So will he have the ability? I don't think this car has the ability to catch up with Funkier. I think it's a good car, but I don't think it's fast enough to do it. And we're really close to the end here. When it ends, it's going to be really quick. So we got 2 to go on that lap right there. That's a solid picture right there. Look at that. Really showing off the coolness of this track. Another track made by Mondeler. We're going to try to put some stuff to kind of promote his channel as well on our stuff. If you get a chance to look him up, he has a YouTube channel too. He makes a lot of tracks that they are a lot of fun to race. And I haven't seen, he posts his own racing series as well. So that's where we're going to stand there. The Grimes will end up being the only person that went over par. He's going to drop by one. 35.052 is definitely going to take the best lap. So Funky is going to get a big bonus point. But with his overall point standing today with 9 points, he's just going to basically be a spoiler for Andrew. That's all he did today was spoiler Andrew Shady's 2 bonus points, because he definitely would have been pole position and possibly gotten best lap today too. And this is it. This is how it's going to end. We're going to move back to Team Chris so we see the difference. We're going to end this race exactly where we started, back on the Team Chris car. As we see Funky go around the corner there. There's Andrew. There's Shaney. And here's Team Chris. And that's how it's going to end right there. Funky Air Expert, Andrew Shady. ShaneyBoy moved up big time for that race to make it up, with Team Chris in the 4th position. So that's going to keep a nice points dominance for ShaneyBoy right now. He almost had a bad race right there. That could have hurt him big time. And he didn't break par, so that's good news. So with the 35.052. Did Shaney get fastest lap? Nope. 35 got 052. So, guys, that was the race today. Thank you for tuning in to AWC. This has been your host, VIPPrimo. This has been from Indianapolis Speedway. Don't forget to come in. We'll be here next week. You guys have a great night. Bye.